Okay. Good morning, everybody. All right. I think. Ooh, think I should have everything set up. Uh, Welcome to this morning's art stream. Uh, we are going to. Oh, I forget how to do this already. Oh, here we go. And there we are. Hope everybody's doing well. Had quite a busy week, so I haven't really had that much time to brainstorm what I want this week's fan art to be. But something came to me while I was walking the dog this morning in the freezing rain, which, you know, if you have a dog and you live somewhere where freezing rain is a thing, not the greatest experience. But yeah, you do what you got to do for your pets. Cool. So we're gonna start with kind of reviewing last week's art and seeing a little bit what it is that that we did last week. Oh, I don't like this. So we're gonna keep this on. Turn it down a bit further. Trouble thinking. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna review last week's art. Kind of just redline it. See what I like and what I don't like about it. Before we dive into kind of sketching out this week's art and figuring out what it is that I want to do for what I want to focus on for this week's art piece. Yeah, again, I'm working in the Krita art program. I'm using mostly I'm using I think they're Jazz's art brushes for Krita, and I do have a drawing tablet, so I'm looking down at, if I'm looking this way, I'm looking at the screen of the art tablet here, whereas you guys are up in this direction. So in the camera, when it looks like I'm looking at the art, I'm definitely not. Interesting. I will file that away to maybe look at changing for the future in terms of layout of the stream. But for today, let's get started with looking at last week's art. Start with, I think I was focusing on getting more of a separation between the layers, which I think I did decently well. You can tell where Hornet is versus where the background is. So I think it's okay. I definitely think I could do better there. Still not super happy with the position that the ant guy is in. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. You can't really see the detail of swinging the axe thing down. So I'm wondering if maybe I should have, I don't know, changed the pose or made it so that the axe was out here, kind of on a downswing. That maybe would have been more clear, because that way you could have the arms up above the head, maybe. I don't know. Oh, am I on the right? I am. I like the shape and the action of Hornet kind of coming towards the camera. I'm quite happy with how that ended up looking. So I'm pretty happy with that. The lighting here, I don't know exactly what I was going for, because the light source that I said was up here means that this isn't really going to be like a rim light per se. So like it should have been like highlighting here, because that's where the actual edge of the actual edge would be getting the light, and not coming up from this direction, right? Because the light should be coming down from here, not from here or here, which, yeah, I think that was a bit of a mistake, but that's fine. It's not too bad. I like the shading here, like the slow gradient that way. That's quite nice. And then like just the shape and the movement of the cape, I think worked out well. In terms of the background, again, I think the dirt is still too vibrant. I don't know. It's maybe a little distracting, especially compared to like the desaturation of this area, going to like the vibrant greens here, vibrant browns. I think I still need to work on the color theory of that a little bit better. Change that up, practice that a bit more. And then there's a tangent line here with the leg and the ground, but probably next time we'll just continue the bush up that way to get rid of that like odd looking tangent line. Yeah. And then here as well, just kind of more of a rounded ground, I think, instead of like just a weird bridge platform. I don't know what the thought was there, but yeah. Overall, still mostly like the way it turned out. I do think I want to focus on I don't know. I think really what I want to focus on this week is a better like composition, because again, I like Hornet here, but this dude in the back, I don't know. I think could be more interesting. So I think focusing really in on the composition this week is what I want to do. Cool. So let's get started with that then, shall we? What's up? This one? No, I don't need to save that. Great. So we have. We'll start with our thumbnails. Ah, yes, and I mentioned that I had an idea for what I wanted to do this week, and that is going to be the chaotic fight with the map lady, Chakra. I think I'll do kind of a representation of that. I think just a quick idea. I think Hornet, once again being down in this corner, kind of coming down this way, like moving in this direction, and have her like the tall what's her head? She's got like a single point leaping up this way. Their arms back here. I don't know if I like that single line of action. Maybe instead we have and maybe Hornet's over here going this way. Sorry, that's not a good. Is going. This direction. And then She's coming down. Oh, what does she look like? Hang on. Let me give you a reference. So I can pull it up myself. There we go. Okay, so. Alright, so not really a trident, more of a... What is it? It's a... Okay. So we'll do that. He's gonna be... Her body is this way. Legs are coming down. Coming down in a landing here. Her arms up. Down here. Yeah, so maybe they are both like coming down this way and this way. Give the viewer a bit of a line of action, so it kind of goes this direction. I don't hate that. Yeah. So I feel pretty good about that. Let's try some other ideas, see if there's anything that I come up with that I like better. Bit of that. Okay, what else could we do? We could do kind of a different direction. Maybe they could both be... Hornet doesn't really have any up attacks. I mean, that's not to say I can't draw doing that. But... Oops. What a... Oh, goodness. It's going to be an art struggle day, I see. Alright, let's try this again. And then, whoa. Her needle going up, and then... Again, I don't want her to go down, because I don't want the line of action just to be diagonals. And then if I go... up this way, he's jumping up this direction as well. We have two lines of action going in opposite directions, which isn't really a cohesive piece, so I'm not sure that's the answer either. I think... I think what I will do... So far, I like this one. I think, again, it's going to be, I think, maybe like last week with Hornet kind of in the foreground with Chakra jumping down in the background. What else could we do? We could do... I guess we could do them just hanging out together. Because Chakra's got that long neck. Just got her back tube, and then Hornet's down here. I don't know, it's not very exciting. Nor is it very well composed, which, again, trying to work on composition for this week. So that's kind of, where do I look? What's the focal point here? Don't know. We could do, there's one point where Oops. Where Shaker was crouching down as well. Drawing the map here. Their big legs out. And the map parchment on the ground. And then Hornet was here. Again, it would be, the line of action would be here. So the map would be, or Chakra would be the focal point. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think this one might be a good one for later. Oh, the reference image is in your way for that one. Apologies. Try to remember that. Yeah, so this one here with Shako drawing her map. It's kind of, it would be okay, I guess, but it's not, I don't think, right for this particular bit of art that I want to do. It's going to be, I feel like, kind of just randomly guessing for how these games go. The fact that she's a warrior map maker, I kind of get the sense that I will have to fight her at some point. She did show up to help me, which was great. And I think that's kind of what I want to focus on for this stream. I think this one or something like this would be good if she ends up losing her mind, going crazy, or I have to fight her for some reason. Like, it might be a good kind of in memoriam kind of vibe for later, which again, just speculating based on the fact that she's a warrior bug in a game about kind of, I guess this is more the first one where everything went downhill, but so far in Silksong everything kind of seems to follow a similar vibe to the original Hollow Knight. Maybe not quite as corrupted, but definitely still in the same vein. So I think that means that this one is kind of the winner. I think I will once again have Hornet be much bigger in the foreground. So if we take Hornet here, and I just scale her up and have the line of action kind of go from the background to the foreground, so she's coming at us at the camera again. I think that might be the way to go. Yeah, okay, so we'll like this. New copy selection to new layer. There we go. Rename that to sketch. Resize it. Oops. Yeah. Actually, we'll rename it to winning. The next one will be sketch. Lock those two. I can just draw on the sketch layer. which means that we'll do like a start with her. She's got the opacity of this. Right, so she's got like the long head. Oh, that is not what I want at all. Again. Wrong button. She's got the, oh, once again, the reference for you. She's got the little angry eyes. And she's gonna, yeah, I like the idea of her punching down towards the ground. So she's got the big arm with the discs. Bit of space between them. And then she's got, I just kind of like the shape I've already made. I'll try to maintain that. Big gold armor. Discs there. Oh, and then what is her leg doing? She's gonna be... She's got that tail thing too. She's gonna have the tail. Goes up here. Her leg. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's an interesting shape. Okay. So it curves out the other way, which means go this. Down and then curves up. It's a bit too long. Okay. Rid of the end there. Excuse me. Needs to be slightly bigger, I think. Oh, she's got shoulders too. Okay. Shoulders and then arm. Shoulders and arm. She's a lanky creature with a slightly thicker wrist. Is that too big? That might be too big. Because her arm is about the length of the side of her face, which is definitely not that. Okay, so we're gonna take this down a little bit. Yeah, okay. So I think I like the general pose. Uh, this leg's got to be further back here, I think. So we can have the line of action be in this direction. Because this one makes it curve up weirdly, I think. I think that's the issue. So I think that's what I want. I think what I want as well is this just needs to be bigger. Because the composition of the shot is going to be... maybe that's slightly too big. Yeah, is this... Oops, that's what I want it to be. Coming down a bit higher. Keep hitting the wrong button, guys. Alright. Yeah, and then, okay. I liked the position of Hornet in the last one. So we're gonna, once again, try to go for Hornet. Coming out this way. Yeah, no. It's gotta be coming more at the camera, I think, is the idea. So she'll have more of a round silhouette. And I liked the needle out to the side. So we have kind of a circular form of action. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's clean up this sketch so it's something that more of you can understand, and it's not just me knowing what is important and what is not. Get rid of this one. I feel like that looks pretty good, pretty dynamic. Ah, hello. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some art for my thumbnail for playthrough of Silksong on Mondays. So there'll be a new one every week. My goal is to do fan art painting in Krita, digital one every week in like 2 hours, just to try to force myself to get through the creative process and just get something done and out there. So you got any artwork that you got to do this week, feel free to join me on every Friday at basically 9:30 to 11:30 ish. Depends on how well I'm doing or how much extra time I need to finish it off. But thank you, I appreciate that very much. That is the other thing is I'm trying to choose a specific thing to focus on each week, and this week it is the composition. So I need to, like, that's really what I'm focusing on this week, putting a lot of effort into. And so yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the sketch is coming. Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you. Cool. So I'm happy with the pose. Again, this is the fight where Chakra joins you, that I found very confusing and chaotic, but managed to squeak my way through. So we'll go with this. We'll lock down the sketch layer. What is my reference imaging hiding right now? Oh yeah, just my brushes. That's fine. Yeah, so we'll lock that down. We'll create another actual paint layer under the sketch. I don't need the thumbnail anymore. Ooh, actually, before I do that, I maybe want to also consider what the background is. Okay, because let's see, the battle arena, which is kind of a bluish gray. So maybe I have like just some black silhouettes of bugs. That's not a nice shape. We'll try that one more time. We'll do like silhouettes. Gosh, I should probably look up what the enemies were. I don't remember. Are they the pilgrims? Their cloaks? I don't know. I'll just do buggish shapes. Like they're being scattered. There's some silhouettes, I think, in the background. And maybe it's just a simple, like, stone ground here, perhaps? Yeah, and then we'll just do like a gradient in the background. Just add some bug silhouettes as I need them. Yeah. I don't know. Whoop, that was moving the window. Let's try that again. Yeah. There's a bug silhouette here. Yeah, so as long as like the eyes follow like the path just around this. Oh, you can't see it. The like this central area is kind of where I want the eyes to kind of stay focused. Which means I think light gradient like in the center going out to a darker, paler color in the sides. But yeah, we'll start with that. I think so I've painted Hornet a couple of times now. I think I'm okay, pretty confident with that one. But I haven't really drawn chakra before, so maybe I start with that and those colors, which are kind of a nice brass for her armor carapace thing. I realize as I'm speaking now, it's going to be weird to describe what these bugs are wearing. Are they like, because Hornet definitely has a cloak. Is Chakra wearing armor, or is that just the way the body looks? Can't tell. Okay, so first things first, in order to get a sense of the background color, just kind of for color theory stuff, we have wait, why do we have two sketches? What is going on? Okay, no, we want copy of the sketch. I can get rid of sketch itself. We'll move, unlock it, move it to the top, and then lock it there. So we'll make this one a sketch color. No, rough background color. And then in Krita, do we have the option for a circular gradient? I don't remember. I'm gonna go with no, I don't think we do. So instead we will just roughly airbrush it in. Oh, and could be both. Yeah, for sure. I assume this is about Chakra's outfit. But yeah, definitely could. Sorry. So the background I think was a bit of a cooler gray. We'll make it like a cooler gray. Not too dark, maybe a bit lighter. Definitely desaturated, because this is something that I worked on last week, was separating the background from the foreground. So kind of, I want to make it more desaturated than I think I like. And we'll do that. Oof. No, that's not dark enough yet. Do a little bit. Actually, I take it back. I think the saturation level is fine. I think I want it to be darker because the corners I want to be dark. I'm gonna do. Oh, no. Do airbrush. Not that. We want brush. Do a little bit of a. Do that for now, and we'll leave it there. Yeah, okay. So we'll leave that as the color for the background. Kind of make sure that the eyes go to the middle. We'll go to the brush. Oh, and then this one will be chakra. We'll do chakra first. Go with start with the black base, which okay, chakra. Let's. The highlights are kind of looking pretty neutral to me, kind of edging towards green a little bit, but I think that's because of the proximity of the red and the yellow, which makes the neutral kind of greenish instead of blue. So because the background is blue, we'll try to keep it roughly in the same hue range, just closer to black. So start with, oh, and then I want to reduce the opacity of the sketch so it's, you'll kind of see it, but it's not overriding. I can see for chakra, and this is a brush that is much too big. Whoops. Hit the wrong button yet again. Okay. It's smaller. Erase that. I want to, okay, then what is the hotkey for zoom in? There we go. Okay. Cool. Her arms here, she's got her little shoulder here. Digital painting, just kind of add and then carve away. I didn't mean to carve that one away. We got this. I'll just outline the entire torso, give her a full silhouette first, and then start messing around with the colors there. And continuing with the take it back. We'll give her an actual white silhouette skull mask. I don't know. I will say, in looking at the art of Hollow Knight, it is somewhat confusing to me, like what these bugs wear in terms of, like, do they all have masks, or are their heads all just like white and a different color than the rest of their body? Right, because in the first Hollow Knight, and you know, spoilers for almost 10-year-old game, right? That was 2017 that it came out. The titular Hollow Knight is a created creature. So, like, did they just give him a mask to make him look like everybody else, or do, like, all creatures, like Burl had a mask on top of his face? It's just kind of hard to tell what is what. That is way too long. I am seeing now. I liked the shape though, which is, that looks better. There's her head. Okay. Oops. So if we just hide that. Okay, it's not too bad. We're gonna this back. Kinda use the width of the arm a little bit. Yeah, cool. And then she has this. Ooh, I totally forgot to draw her abdomen. Pretty much everything that is a normal non-beastly bug wears a mask. Oh, that's fair. Yeah. No, I think I can see, not being super far in Silksong yet. That kind of makes sense. The giant ant boss with, like, the axe thing, mini boss, I guess. It's got a giant extra skull on its head, whereas the little ants, well, some of the smaller ants don't, I guess. I'm thinking specifically of like the ant with like the two blades that they throw at you versus the other ant with a different shaped skull on their head. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, sorry. Where was I? I forgot to add abdomen. No. Thorax. No. Abdomen's the butt part of bugs, I think. It's got an abdomen. Different shape. Quite right. Is, oops, more of a this shape. Our legs this way. And, oops. We're gonna. It's again. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Because like, again, spoilers from the first game. Actually, you've played the first game and you're kind of the only one here, so I don't really need to give you spoiler warnings. But like, Hornet is also more of a vessel, like the Hollow Knight, right? Because she's the daughter of, oh, what was the name? The Beast. Hera? No. The Beast and the Pale King. So, her having the white mask and the jet black body makes perfect sense to me. Like, I'm curious about Chakra's story because she's also coded in that way, right? But is it she's just a bug with a mask like that? I guess like Quirrell, more like Quirrell was. Because I guess both Hornet and the vessels had their cloaks, which is maybe separate. I don't know. Maybe the vessels are more like fluid underneath the cloaks, so they didn't want to deal with that, so they gave them all cloaks. But yeah, just in terms of visual language, the white mask and black bodies are very much read as vessels to me. But I'm not sure if that's just because it looks cool, or if they're actually gave that much thought to the designs. That's way too long. But that's fine. We'll get rid of that, and then leg. Yeah. All right, I'm not upset with that. What angle does her arm bend? Yeah. Cool. And then she's got her tail thing that actually pretty curved. Flares out at the end. Yeah. Oh, wrong one. Yeah. Oops. Okay, I think that's a pretty good silhouette. Like needs to be. Thinner. That's too thin. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, all right. I think that's pretty good. All right. Let's keep the sketch hidden for now. We're gonna zoom in and start working on some of the colors and refining this a little bit. So, first things first, I think I want to... Ooh, I forgot to give her the map scrolls on her back, which looks like it comes out this way. So, no. Give her accessories in a bit. We're gonna start with the outfit, just kind of block in the colors there as well. The nice orangish yellowish bronze, which I think it's a nice color. I'm gonna start with that. Thank you, yes. And then it kind of just goes up to... Ooh, if we're punching this way, I think it probably just goes here. Up and down here. I think that's... oh, do I like that? Where that is placed. Don't love that it looks like it's going to be tangenting. I think I'm going to just make it up, go into underneath the head, so it kind of, we don't see the point, so we avoid that kind of tangent line showing up. So we'll do that. Again, just block in the base color. And then it goes down into abdomen area. That. And then the... Again, I can't tell if it's like just a tail or like a tassel that goes out behind her. Either way. It's also the bronzish color. Get rid of some of the black edges there. Oh, that's too skinny. It's cut away too much. Cool. And then what's our leg going to be? Oh, wait, how does this work? This is no, it's gonna be slightly in front of. I think I overdid it a little bit, but don't want it to be... That look right? We're gonna... Nope, I have that backwards. This is on this side and here, so we can see it. Yeah, that's better. Now she doesn't look like she's twisting in an awkward way, I think. Because that's her back leg. The front leg is going to be... oh, where does it come out? It comes out... Oops. Yeah, great. Down a little bit. Get rid of her massive thighs because she's got very thin limbs. Oh, unrelated to the art itself, but what's your favorite character? That's a good question. Again, I'm like 6 hours into Silksong maybe, so haven't met that many characters. The There was one that I met early on, the singing pilgrim lady. I thought she was great. Um, and then in the first game, uh, oh no, what was her name? The miner who was also singing. Um, I thought she was great too. Very tragic the way that ends, but the hopeful little singing creatures. I think I have a type. I thought they were great. Um, Also, Hornet herself, I think, is really cool. Especially like the way that she moves, especially in Silksong, the way they have her animated. Um, Makes it really fun to hop around as Hornet. Yeah. Mela, yeah. So tragic, but yeah, no, I thought she was a great character. It was so sad when uh she succumbed to the oh geez, what was it called? Like it was the infection from the radiance. Was it just called? Yeah, yeah, that's fair. She's comes off as very cold and uh not super likable in Hollow Knight, which I totally get. But she was kind of the one coherent lore dump really that you got to have a conversation with. Um, because yeah, she was the only one who really just the infection. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, Hornet was like the only character in Hollow Knight who really knew what was going on, kind of for the most part. Excuse me. Everything else, you just kind of had to piece together as you went. So yeah. What am I missing from? Oh right. I just mentioned it. The map pack. Oh yeah, Nosk was great too. That was a fun fight. That was a cool one for sure. Uh, yeah, and then in terms of what bosses did I like in Hollow Knight? The Mantis Lords was a great fight. I like that too. They weren't really much of characters, but like the whole uh storytelling that they did with just kind of the broken throne in the Mantis Lords fight, and then running into the what was he, the traitor lord or the exiled lord? I don't remember. But later on in the Queen's Path, that was a cool little bit of like world building that you could just experience from playing the game. I like those ones a lot too. Uh, Also, yeah, and then the mantises respecting you after you beat the mantis lords. I thought that was a good touch. Um, yeah, and I'm wondering if there's going to be something similar with like the ants that we're running into. Um, Sorry, the ants in the area that I'm in Silksong, but I'm again not far enough in really to have a sense of that. What's the Lord of the Wife? Yes, I forgot about that. That quest specifically was a pain in the ass. I was not a fan of running back and forth to do that. But the lore behind it, I can definitely appreciate, especially with the was she just called the White Lady? Again, I thought that was a cool character design there too. Okay, and then we have I gotta get back to painting. I only have an hour left to try to get this done. Well, hour-ish. It'll probably end up being maybe a bit longer today. It's more of a maroon type, so we're gonna kind of go towards the purple a little bit. Saturate it a bit darker. Maybe a bit more red. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. This, and then I'll brush like a little angle here, pointing off the edge. And shoulder with a bit more. Just so we can see it a bit better, because everything else is going to be kind of hidden by her head in the way I've positioned her. Thicker. Not so much of a point. Comes up here, and then we'll have start with this parchment color here. Oh, would we see it? Yeah, they're pretty long. We'd probably see like rolls of parchment here. And then a bit of the red poking through there. Yeah, I think that reads well enough. Cover that. Paint over with white again. Yeah, I think that works out pretty well. No. I'm enjoying having the conversation. Hate those ants. Yeah, so the ants. I feel like the problem I'm having with Silksong, just how I'm feeling about it at where I am, is that I'm not doing enough damage, or like things take too much damage to deal with. And the ants. Yeah, no, the ants just move around too much for it to be fun to try to fight them. So for the most part, I am just kind of running past, using my Dark Souls training to just move past things where I can, which, to be fair, may come back and bite me. May come back to bite me if I don't have enough resources for buying stuff. But so far, for now, I'm feeling okay. But again, very early on, I'm sure things that will ramp up as it goes. All right, is that? Oh no, I forgot her rings. Oh, and her rings are more of a copper color. Dirty copper. Okay, we're gonna do copper rings. We need to go to the oranges. No, more orange. Kind of a pale red, actually. Much more in this area. And then in myself. Oops. Oh no, I just lost my color. That again. Red. I had it dead on before. Alright, this is that. Not quite. But saturated. The red. Yeah, okay, we'll try that. And then 2 rings per arm, so ring 1. This is definitely not the right color. That's fine. I will deal with that later. They're roughly the same size, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, cool. There's 1 arm. Oh, those look too small. I was zoomed too far in. Great, okay. Just undo all of that. Yeah. It's... Given that I'm pretty sure that Silksong started as DLC for the original Hollow Knight, like they'd conceptualized it that way, it kind of makes sense for like things to be more difficult, like in that context. But since it's a separate game now, I feel like the balance is maybe not where I would have liked it to be, but you know, still too early to really have a strong strong conviction in how I feel about the game. Yeah, and not everything, more things doing twice as much damage is definitely a little bit off-putting, but not the end of the world. Your bangles are huge. I guess they're probably actually chakram, the throwing discs with blades on the edges. I bet that's probably what they are supposed to be. But they do just kind of hover around your arms, huh? Interesting. Maybe I'll give them a little bit more weight and have them kind of pulling against, or having her pull against them a bit more, I think is maybe I'm gonna try to do. Yeah, okay, that's good enough for now. I will refine those in a bit. The other thing I need to do with the time that I have left is I need to get in Hornet. So, give ourselves a new layer. Hornet. Ooh, actually, excuse me. I think maybe I want Hornet to have a couple of a weird lore-wise, since the affection apparently made bugs physically stronger at the cost of their minds, but some weird silk doubles the damage. Oh. Yeah, for sure. In terms of lore for Silksong, I definitely haven't looked into that because I do want to try to play through blind-ish. Like, at this point, it's been out for so long, it's kind of impossible to just avoid all spoilers on the internet. But I'm doing my best. So I really don't know much of anything about the story itself. I just have heard the complaints that things are difficult. But like that was kind of a common complaint for the original Hollow Knight as well. So that's I don't know how much stock I put into that, especially since like, yes, the difficulty conversation is an important one to have. Hornet Cloak. We're gonna start with Hornet Cloaks. But like it's been going on since Dark Souls, really, and I'm a fan of the Dark Souls series. So I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just kind of used to that discussion. We'll lock Chakra's layer for now, so I don't accidentally paint on that. And then we'll just reset the size and go around. Give ourselves. Yep, that's ourselves a nice flowing cloak silhouette to work with for Hornet. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I distracted myself. I was gonna yeah, the difficulty for Hollow Knight was definitely something that put people off of the game. And then Silksong's basically kind of one of the only things that I knew going into it was people didn't like the new pogo attack for that Hornet had because it was down at an angle. And while I agree, it is kind of confusing, and I do miss more than I would like. I don't mind it so much, especially since like the way that they have adjusted her animation, so she actually does like a full flip over people. I think it like just seeing that animation in itself kind of makes it rewarding enough for me to want to continue to try to do that all the time. But that then also goes like directly against the bosses doing so much damage, because it makes me not really want to try to find openings to bounce off of people's heads. But that kind of is what it is. Is that... I think I want to move this around a little bit. I want Chakra to be further out. Nope. One at a time. We're gonna... group that together. I think I want to group layer for, name this Hornet. This way I have the ability to to move her head around to give her a better idea of, like a better angle as I try to mess around with it. But I personally really like the Hunter's Crest pogo. Feels much more satisfying to pull off than Knight's pogo. And you can technically go back to... Yes, that's the other thing that I've heard about. I didn't know... I don't have it yet. I only just unlocked the... what's it called? The Beast Crest? I definitely don't like that one. I'm sure that... I'm sure there are builds you can make in this game. It seems like a lot more kind of free form than the original Hollow Knight in that way, in terms of like all the stuff that I've already gotten, and kind of I can see how you can kind of maybe theory craft and build a certain way, but I've only just gotten used to the way that the pogo works with the default crest, which is that one, the Hunter's Crest, the default one? I'm realizing now I probably should have made Chakra's head layer a different one. Would make things easier to adjust and change, especially as I want to maybe change positioning of things. So I'm not going to go back and change it now. I don't really think I have time, or I don't think it's really that important either. Yeah, so the yeah, I've only just gotten used to the Hunter's Crest, and then I'm not super great with oh, did I lose connection? No. Still good? Yeah, okay. Alright, what I was gonna say. Oh, directions. Not having the ability to add the compass to the Beast Crest, the one that I basically spent 2 hours trying to unlock last time. Not super fun. Because I'm not that great with directions. Eventually I will figure it out, but Um, at the current moment, just exploring things, I like to know, have a better idea of where I am. Makes things much easier for trying to backtrack, because heaven knows I spent most of the first episode playing getting lost because I, for whatever reason, didn't go left to get the first skill, like the needle throw. That was maybe a little bit embarrassing that I just spent 45 minutes wandering around because I forgot that I didn't go left at the certain point. Hornet's eyes are bigger than that, right? Hang on. Did I pull up an image of Hornet? Let me hide my screen so I can take a look around. Yes, okay, I do have a picture of Hornet. Okay. And then so you have a better shot. Okay, so yeah, Hornet's eyes are bigger. Yeah, right. Like, I don't know. The compass is just so important. I don't know why, especially on the first time through. Like, I definitely need to know where I'm going. Oop, I don't want that. Oop, nope, I don't want that either. I definitely need to have a sense of where I have been and where I need to go. Otherwise, I don't know. It's just going to be a whole lot of me wandering around aimlessly, which is both not very fun for me, and I'm sure doesn't make for a very entertaining watch. Oh, I could be wrong. Maybe it is more fun to watch people wander around blindly. Okay. Which eye? Okay. This eye looks better. This eye is big. Or too long, I mean. Here, and then it's... This shape is not quite right. Nope, that is not right either. Undo, go back to... Alright. The sketch again. Nope, that's not the button I wanted. Zoom in. Too far. It's weird. Color going. Yeah, no, that is fair. I definitely definitely understand that. It's again, same with like Dark Souls. Everybody wants people to not miss anything cool, which I kind of understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, the exploration is one thing that I like about both Hollow Knight and Dark Souls. So I would rather. Oh, is that why it looks so weird? Because it's not black. Yeah, right. distracted myself again. Yeah, exploration is one of my favorite parts of the games. So like, I don't mind missing stuff if I'm just exploring. The first playthrough is definitely, for me anyway, like just a chance to experience the world, and then on subsequent playthroughs and yeah, on subsequent playthroughs, that's when I like to look things up and like make builds and theory craft stuff. So I don't mind. What's wrong with the eyes? What's wrong with the eyes? This one is not the right shape. Yeah, so like after the initial playthrough, figuring out what stuff I missed is always fun for me to learn everything else that the developers put into the game in terms of like places they expect you to go and explore and things they expect you to see. What is wrong? The head shape is... God. Taking forever to get right. It's the head shape that's the problem. We have here, it's not really... Okay, what is the angle of the head? The head is currently facing this way. So this is the way. So this eye needs to be thinner and kind of more at an angle. Is being hidden because she's looking away, and this eye needs to be maybe the head's just too wide to begin with. Oh. Yeah, I'll do. No, that's not what I wanted. Come on. Okay, now we're gonna restart. Not happy with those eyes. We're gonna go back to looking at the head shape, just in... Wrong button again. General. The head shape is there. It is... not long enough, actually. Got a crazy long head. Oops. The angle is odd. This is curving in too much. This isn't curving in enough. Is it too wide? Okay. Shape looks better. Let's do it a little bit. Yeah, so okay. That looks more like she's coming at us head on, which is what I'm wanting. Alright, okay. Great. Let's try this again. Go in with the eye. Oh, no, hang on. Before that, a little bit more of a point at the bottom. More angular. Great, okay. And now, excuse me, we'll do the eyes, which pretty, like, remarkably low down on the face. Yeah. yeah, no. Artists trying not to be hypercritical of their awesome work. Thank you for the implication that the work is awesome. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, it's absolutely impossible. You can't not be too harsh on something, which I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but I was looking at last week's artwork, and I again want to give myself the week away from it, not looking at it hypercritically, to just kind of see what I liked about the piece and then kind of critique it with more of a less emotional investment in, you know, spending so much time on the piece that I just made. That's where we're at. But for the most part, I can be. I was about to say, for the most part, I can be happy with what I've done, and I zoomed out and I'm like, I don't like that. But at this point, it is almost 11. I have only about half an hour left to finish this, so I kind of just have to run with it now. Because I gave myself a time limit, and I got to stick to it. Okay, so what was... I had a leg sticking out. Whoops. Didn't mean to hide that. I had a leg sticking out at some point as well. So we have the cloak. I will add the leg to the cloak because that should all move as one piece, I think. We have one here, and then... Oh gosh, no. That's not right. Have leg coming out here, jumping off the ground. I think I'm good and zoom in. Up. Great. Cool. Okay. Oh dear. Undo all of that. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Out. Oop. And around. Great. Back to the head. Clean up some of the rough edges here. Just doesn't look haunted. Because Hornet is not a super haunted character. Clean that up a bit. Kind of leave it a little bit rough because I'm going to have to add some shading to show some... because I want to show some three-dimensionality for like the mask being like a mask. But I will do that after I finish adding all of the pieces together. I think the leg is too far down. Cloak. We're gonna race back a little bit. Change the angle. There we go. The Shade Lord, thank you. Appreciate it. I will say I haven't actually fully done any shading yet. This is all just blocking in, which, oh goodness. Sorry. Do another layer here. This will be the needle, right? Is what she calls her weapon, because the knight had or the vessel had the nail. Oh, and then where did I have it? I had it up this way. Yeah. That. Yeah. Zoom out. Yeah, I like that composition. I think that looks pretty good. And then with it being on a separate layer, I can then adjust it as I want. Cool. I think I might end up just leaving the background completely blank with some shapes, because I need to go in and add some more depth and definition to it. Ah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do enjoy trying to keep it like not overly polished, because I like the energy that like the rough edges bring to art pieces. So I'm trying to kind of mimic that style. I don't really have anyone that I can think of that I'm like any specific style that I'm emulating. It's just the rough kind of energy forward brush strokes that people make their art with. Okay. Now, before I start shading, I need to decide where the light source is. I think I'm just going to have a general overhead light source coming from probably the background where it's lighter. So if I'm going to do a general overhead lighting style, we're gonna start with giving her cloak some shadows. Oh, hang on. Before I do that, let's see if I can I do... Oops. Now in Krita, I don't remember how to do a mask layer. We just do... Is this just shadows? Do alpha, is that... Perfect. Okay, that's how we do it. So now I can color outside the lines and not have to worry about it. Oh, great. This is lovely. So do some shading here. Bit of that. And a little bit back there. Pretty heavy shading here. And out to the edges. I'll show the cloak. Oh, that covered her leg. Because that's the same layer. Ah, dang it. Maybe I should have made it a separate layer. Ah, well. Now I know for next time. Cool. So we have that. And then I think I actually want to... give like a little highlight layer, like a along the edges here. Maybe, ooh, you know what? Maybe some rim lighting. Maybe that's what this is gonna be. So it's not really. Nope. We're gonna undo all of this because I want to try to stay organized as well. We'll keep that, and then we'll just add a highlight layer as well. Or maybe not. Maybe I don't need that. We're gonna actually, I take it back. We're not gonna add a highlight layer yet because I kind of just need to get through. Sorry, I need to get through and try to give at least a little bit of light shading to most of the art. Undo that. Oop, no, redo that. This one, I want with that. Cool. And then into the eyes. I'm gonna shrink the brush down a little bit. Take some time, define the shape. Then we will kind of go in like a mid-gray. Give hint of an outline. No, it's fine. I'll do a shading layer for this. Yeah, so she's got her fully void black eyes, the white mask, and at least a little bit of definition to show that it is... Oh, oops. It is a three-dimensional object. Carve it down a little bit. It seems a little thick for the perspective that we're in. Thick. Carve that back a little bit. Out. Yeah, okay. Cool. And then we will do, again, we'll add another shadows layer. Mask it to that, and then change it to multiply. And we'll do... Oh, that's not working as I intended it to. That because... Nope. This, no, I don't want that either. Oh, do I just have to have it as a different group? Yeah, so group it. Don't want to clip in group. Group it. This gonna, nope. And oh, lock that. Nope. Oh. Oh. So the issue was I wasn't selecting the right layer that was trying to mask it. Okay, so if I go back all the way here, does this mask? No. Okay, so it does need to be... Oh, can I make a group of layers in a group of layers? Quick group. I can just do this as head. And then does this work the way I want it to? It does. Lovely. Okay. Multiply. That's a little too dark. We just want a light shadow. Probably here, really. Strong. We're gonna back a little bit. Brush strokes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think I want to leave this mostly unshaded, just because that's her face. You really want the eyes to be drawn there in the end, so like some nice high contrast of the face being light and then probably the cloak being a bit darker. Probably what I want to end up doing, just to, again, bring the eyes to where I want them to go. Oops. Actually, just bring the opacity on this down so I can give a bit more of a gradient across the cloak, because we have... It's not like a sharp surface, so I don't want it to be like a fully sharp sharp line, sharp edge from one color to another. Oh. Opacity back up. Yeah. Okay. I'm liking how Hornet is looking currently. We'll go back to the... Let's bring that down a little bit. Cool, and then the last thing that needs to be done is the needle, which... Another one here. We'll group those together. This will be needle. So we will also, from here, multiply a little bit of I see what I did. We were not on the needle. We'll try that again. And then we'll add another paint layer. Oops. This one I want to be relatively sharp because it is a sharp angle. Although maybe not. Maybe it's a rounded, like, epee kind of style blade. Either way. Do that. Again, we'll go back to multiply. No. Take it back. Back to normal. Great. There's Hornet. Oh, I want to... you know what? I'm not actually that upset with that red color down there on her leg. Yeah, kind of am, actually. Take it back. Take it back again. Okay, we're gonna group these together. This will be... rename that to cloak. Rename that to needle. And then shadows. Okay. Wrong button. We'll go with just an eraser here. We can get a nice sharp line between the hook and the leg. There we go. Yeah, that's looking good. Stick with that. Great. Now we have Hornet done. We'll collapse that, lock that layer, those layers for now. And with the last 12 minutes, got to shade an entire other character. Goodness. Let me just say right now, we are going to go a little bit long, I think, this week, because 12 minutes to do all of Chakra. Not likely, but we shall see. All right, and then going back to our other image, zoom out a bit so I can get the color reference again. Cool. Okay, so some of the things that I am currently missing. Oh, Hornet, we're also just gonna hide you again so I can zoom in and start working on Chakra. So we are going to actually create a new layer. This is going to be call it shading. Add a group layer. That way we can do the alpha mask trick. And then again, trying to be disciplined about naming things. This will be Chakra. Great. Okay, so shading. So we're going to do... okay, first things first. I need to give her eyes. Where are her eyes and what do they look like? They are very long and thin. So we'll go in, zoom in, make it really small. It's got like little... big ones here, and then no, to be white. You know, I'm not actually upset about that. I do think this one's maybe a little high up, so I'm, instead of trying to repaint it, because I do like the shape, I am just gonna move it down and then fill in the blank space. Down. Yeah. Good enough. Okay. Back to the brush. Fill this in again. No, the wrong shape. Good enough. Okay. Cool. Great. Okay, no, it's good enough. I don't have time to really futz with it much more, so we are going to leave it there. Okay, now for the shading, start with the metal looking body armor she's got. Gonna It's just a desaturated or a more saturated, darker color. That, oops. Reset the size of the brush. Cool. Nah. Just. Oh dear. And then because I didn't give her a separate head layer, I'm gonna have to be extra careful here. Oh dear. Yeah. Past decisions are coming back to haunt me now. That's fine. We'll get through it. Okay. Then we have, because it's shiny, we have some rim lighting here. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Smaller one here. Yeah. Okay. And it goes up into a point. Gotta make sure that we have that implied there. And we need, again, some more rim lighting around here. Lighting around the edges. Oh, and then I need to... Oh goodness, how does... Alright, so we have... Need to know I'm getting larger here. Great. Okay. Lighten that up there. Get the rim lighting back in here. Great. Okay, and then I need to actually lighten this up a bit as well, because it's a two-tone shading. Up here, and around the edges here. Lighter 3D effects, because the light's going to be kind of coming from top, so we'll make sure that we have that there. Oh, and I can just delete. Oh, great. No. Not paint over top to back here. Now we're going to erase the shading layer on top of the face right now. Great. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. We're gonna make sure it's a bit more of a ball here. And then add it in here as well. And underneath, because again, three-dimensional object lighting's kind of coming from on top. But we do want a little bit of rim lighting because it is shiny, picking up highlights. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, now what else do I need to do? Oh, there's another bit of shine on here, which means it's down. It's kind of just coming from here. Oops. Or it out. want to kind of soften the edges just a little bit. Cool. And then what is missing? Oh, there's another. A full other chunk of detail that I totally missed. So we're gonna, oops, too thick. Go up here. Make it a bit of extra rim lighting there, and then we're going to a little bit of shadow here as well. A bit of a shadow here as well. Oh wait, no. That does not need a shadow because that is not three-dimensional, that is just the reflection of the light. But yeah, no, this one does need the shadow because it is three-dimensional element of her armor. Oh. Oof, okay, that is far too harsh of a transition. I'm gonna quickly just blend it a little bit. I don't have time to really futz around with it too much, but we can definitely soften that transition because it is a rounded metal object, so the reflections will be a little bit softer, not so harsh. So I'm fine with blending this a little bit here. Too small. But here, kind of blend the curve here as well. Okay, that's better. It doesn't quite look like oh, won't be any actually rim lighting there, don't think, because the leg is in the way of the rim light. So we're gonna put that there. And then blend it again. There, I think that looks down to there, and then we'll do it from the leg. Boy, I'm drawing it. This needs to be a larger shine, I think. Yeah, alright. And we'll, oops, not erase. Blend that a bit again. Lightly. Okay, yeah, that looks not too bad. You think, oops, because this is going to be in shadows as well, I do think I want to get rid of the rim highlight there. Oops. Yeah, okay. That looks good. Good enough for now, anyway. Goodness. 11:33. Yeah, okay. Now, let's continue with the shading of things. We'll get this color here. Make it a darker. And then again, lesson for next time. Definitely make sure that all these different items are on different layers. It'll make it easier for me to shade next time. But we are working with what we're working with, so that's fine. It's gonna be shaded. You have a little bit of a rim highlight at the bottom. Maybe a little bit of a rim highlight here too. Cool. And then gonna be, how are we gonna do this? We're gonna do a little swirl. Make it look like parchment being wrapped up. Cool. And then this is too bright. Oops. Shading. Yeah. All right, that reads this parchment. Well, or cinnamon buns. Cinnamon buns are, that's good enough. Okay. Cool. All right. We are now going to just do another one. This will be the head shading. Oops. We are also just gonna lock that to the layers below, but I want to be able to erase this separately so I can color the head. And let's do kind of a lighter gray, and then similar to Hornet, we're just gonna ourselves work with, and then put it back. Again, trying to make the eyes area the clearest. Some little shading. Get rid of it over the parchment. And then I think, again, do the easy blur. Make it a little bit softer. Okay, and then with Hornet there, looks great. We're gonna we'll adjust Hornet's size later, I think. Cool. And then I want to do some additional shading on the rings. I'll do that on the same kind of metal shading layer because they are far enough away. I'm not super concerned about having them overlap too much. Our color is, that is far too saturated. Go. Nice brown there. do. And then we need more of an orange, lighter color, like bringing in some more copper highlights. Hmm. All right, good enough. There, back here. Great. That. Cool. And then brown. Down here. Oh, I don't like those colors. That's kind of neither here nor there because I don't really have time to fix that so much. Okay. And so the last thing that needs to be done is that Sakura has like an actual exoskeleton, so her limbs are shiny, whereas I think Hornet, because she's mostly void, doesn't really have that. So we are going to do one more layer for call it carapace shading again, and then we're going to just give her I was talking about it earlier, it was kind of a neutral bluish color. I think we'll do over to the blue realm, give it like a, try to stay neutral-ish there, and then give her some yes, some highlights on the limbs, kind of a line down the middle where the highest part would be. Give her some three-dimensional three-dimensionality. There, plus additional ones here. Then, well, the leg that is mostly in shadow, where would it be? It would be this side, almost certainly. And then I guess maybe just a little bit here, like a little bit of a rim light here. Yeah, okay. Bring this a little bit longer. The length of the arm, sure. Yeah, I kind of imply the shapes there. Up a bit. More of a shading in the way. Okay, I think, and now if we bring Hornet back in. Oh. We go, all right, full screen, full screen. Looks pretty good, I think. All right, with being 15 minutes over, I don't really have time to do too much else. I do think I do want like the at least blobs of something kind of dark in the background or foreground, just to fill out the frame a little bit more. So I will just quickly put a very dark color, add those in. And dang it, wrong button again. Cool. And then this one is in the background, so I'm gonna quickly desaturate that one. This one a little bit too. Take it back. Bit of three-dimensionality of those as well. And then let us undo. Try this again. Get rid of that layer. And I think I want Hornet to just be larger up here. And then Chakra, I think. Oh no! What is going on? Why is that? Oh, is the no, it should be everything. Why is it not moving everything? Oh, because that layer was locked. That would do it. Okay. Let's try this again. So if we move her around, can we have her coming down a little bit more? No, I take it back. I liked the angle originally. Do you think a bit more out here looks good? And then the blob will just erase from around her. And that's good enough. No, we're gonna actually just do that entirely. She's gonna move out that way a little bit still. Want to. Okay, we're going to take that. We are going to, what is it, layer, new, cut selection to new layer. And this will be in the background. Put it behind, oh, not in Chakra's layer. Front of the background color. Cool, so this way I move we will be in front of. Good. Good, good, good. Get rid of all of my hard work by putting her further behind. I think I have to. I think that is the best composition there. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I missed a... Hornet being void is not at all the case, actually. She wasn't supposed to be a vessel, so no void involved. Fair point. Fair point. I did forget about that. Yeah, I guess just her being a daughter of the Pale King isn't necessary for the void. Because you're right, the void is a completely different thing. Anyway, back to that. Is that actually what I want it to be? All right, let's go. Oops. Leave that there. We're good. Full screen. Is that? I don't know. Do I want it to be? Want her to be further out here? Or just coming down? Maybe coming down. That's... Yeah, try to avoid any tangents. Yeah, zoom out. Yeah, all right. I think that's actually where we're going to leave it then for today. So, in 2 hours, this is what we've got. I think what's missing here is I would have liked to get some ground in maybe, but with the way that the thumbnails are laid out, I don't know if you'd actually see it because I have the hang on, let me layer, bring it to the top. You know what, actually crown won't take that long. Do there, ground, brush, and then we'll do dark color. Just gonna large brush. No, why did you zoom down? Why? Oh, because the rough background is in front of it. That's why. Okay. Let's undo all of that. New layer in front of the rough background. Color. There. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay. So now that's all done. Oh, now I need to fix that blob because it's blending into the background too much. All right, so we'll just do a little bit more of a highlight here. Well, that's way too large. I'm just going to ignore any kind of rim lighting. Doesn't necessarily need to have it. No, I can't. I'm so close. So close. Don't. Don't give up in the last home stretch. You can do just a little. Oops. Don't phone it in at the end. You can do it a little bit more. Okay. Great. Okay. We have the differentiation there. We can see it. It's fine. It's all good. But I added another color, so I kind of have to also add just a little bit of a highlight here too to make it, oops, make it really cohesive. No, why are you doing that? Okay, out a little bit right here. Oh, this one is. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, oh God, I haven't saved in a while. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Saved. Great. I will say Greta's usually pretty good about auto-saving along the way, but I haven't really been paying attention to that, so a little bit nerve-wracking. But yeah, so that's the art for today. Thank you for joining me. I enjoyed our conversation. Ooh, how do I pronounce your name? Zello Paste? Zello? Please, if you have a preference, let me know. But that's it for today. This will be, after I sign off here, I'll make this the thumbnail for Monday's actual live stream for playing through the game. And yeah, I'm actually, in the end, looking at this now, pretty happy with it. I do need to keep in mind to use more layers. Silksong paste? Great. Use more layers to make it easier on myself later, but the overall effect I'm pretty happy with. Sorry it's so zoomed out. Let me just fix that quickly so we have a full view of the art in the end. And yeah, that's that. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday if you want to join for the live stream. But for now, take care, and I will again see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye. Now where's the bot? There he is. Cheers.